Good morning. Let us welcome this new day we've received with song. We celebrate the web of life with words by Alicia Carpenter, set to music by Melchior Volpius. Please make sure your microphone is muted and sing along enthusiastically from home. Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Gwinnett. My name is Sherry Bailey. My pronouns are she and her. It is my great pleasure to lead this worship service today while Reverend Jan is on a study leave. She will return to the pulpit next Sunday. If you have a chalice at home to light with me in a few minutes, please have it ready. And now my favorite part, the welcome. We arrive from many places and many life experiences as we gather to recall our true selves, reflect on the meaning of our lives, and explore questions of ultimacy together. We are people who are new to Unitarian Universalism and people who are lifelong Unitarian Universalists. We are people of many religious beliefs and spiritual practices. We affirm and promote the responsible search for truth and meaning. We are people of many genders, sexualities, ethnicities, origins, ages, shapes, sizes, and expressions of our true selves. We affirm and promote the inherent worth and dignity of all people. We are people of all ages and family structures, and we each bring gifts, talents, and passions that serve to affirm and promote communities with peace, liberty, and justice for all. We are people of covenant who engage with one another in ways that promote and affirm justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. We are people who deeply care for our planet and understand we are inextricably and profoundly connected with the web of all existence. We are people who welcome all who are seeking a community of faith that welcomes your whole self, all that you were, all that you are, all that you yearn to be. And you are just where you should be in a room full of compassionate, thoughtful, Unitarian Universalists ready to meet you where you are. You are welcome here. You are home. If you are a newcomer this morning, we welcome you and hope you will indeed find your spiritual home here with us. We are becoming a radically welcoming sanctuary and a green space. We foster spiritual growth as we joyfully nurture connections and community within our walls and beyond. If this is your first time here, I encourage you to join us several times to experience the full flavor of this congregation and this faith tradition. Come, be curious, courageous, and compassionate with us. The centering sound. Whew, I need that this morning. Let's take a deep breath together to become more fully present in this precious time we've set aside to be together this week. And as this sound vibrates through us and around us, may we be reminded how deeply and profoundly interconnected we are with one another, all humanity, all beings, all living things, and all the stars in the cosmos. Opening words is a poem called The Layers by Stanley Kunitz, one of our poet laureates. I have walked through many lives, some of them my own, and I am not who I was, though some principle of being abides from which I struggle not to stray. And when I look behind as I am compelled to look before I can gather strength to proceed on my journey, I see the milestones dwindling towards the horizon and the slow fires trailing from the abandoned campsites over which scavenger angels wheel on heavy wings. Oh, I have made myself a tribe out of my true affections, and my tribe is scattered. How shall the heart be reconciled to its feast of losses? In a rising wind, the manic dust of my friends, those who fell along the way bitterly, stings my face, and yet I turn exulting somewhat, with my will intact to go wherever I need to go, and every stone on the road precious to me. And in my darkest night, when the moon was covered and I roamed through wreckage, a nimbus-clouded voice directed me. Live in the layers, not on the litter. And though I lack the art to decipher it, no doubt the next chapter in my book of transformations is already written. I am not done with my changes. And now the chalice lighting, Calling My Name by Jim Beer. I walk with earth under my feet. I walk with visions in my eyes. I walk with fire inside me. I walk with spirits as my guides. And when I feel like I can't breathe, I take a walk, and I am healed. I'm walking back to the center. I'm walking through the sacred field. I am walking deeper and deeper, learning the secrets to the night. I am looking into the fire, and I'm looking past the light. And when I feel like I can't breathe, I take a walk, and I am healed because I'm walking back to the center, and I'm running through the sacred field. Oh, and now the Wonder Box. Alrighty. We have here many, many threads. One of my favorite astrologers is a woman from the Netherlands, and she wrote after World War II and the Holocaust and all these things, and she was trying to figure out how people work. And what she wrote about Pisces, which I'm a Pisces, I really loved, because she said, in chaos, I will find the thread that leads to order. And I will find my thread, and I will find a green thread, and I will lead it to order. Everything Falls Away by Parker J. Palmer. Sooner or later, everything falls away. You, the work you've done, your successes, large and small, your failures, too. Those moments when you were light, along the times when you became one with the night. The friends, the people you loved, who loved you, those who might have wished you ill, none of this is forever. All of it is soon to go or going or long gone. Everything falls away except the thread you followed. Unknowing all along, the thread that strings together all you've done and been, the thread you didn't know you were tracking, until towards the end you see that the thread is what stays as everything falls away. Follow that thread as far as you can, and you'll find it does not end, but weaves into the unimaginable vastness of life. Your life never was the solo turn it seemed to be. It was always part of the great weave of nature and humanity, an immensity we come to know only as we follow our own small threads to the place where they merge with the boundless whole. Each of our threads runs its course and then joins in life together. This magnificent tapestry, this masterpiece in which we live forever. Remember, energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just changes. And now we'll sing a hymn, Dear Weaver of Our Lives' Design. And now, a reflection by Bill Benchoff.
This is my poem, Turnings. Cold, dark, lonely night. Clear, pure, right. Long, bleak, heavy silence. Quiet, strong, fierce. Jealous, greedy, mean, mad. Honest, joyful, calm. Hot work, hard reach. Perfectly sweet, tree ripe peach. Burn, hurt, selfish want. Lush, mountain hollow, enchanting. Dirty, worn, strained. Warm, spring rains. Suffering, sadness, bitter endings. Beloved community, family, friends. Hurt, scream, swear, sin. Just beginning, timeless, singing.
In 1945, near the Egyptian town of Nag Hammadi, a jar was found containing ancient papyruses, which proved to be a series of Gnostic texts written and collected by early Christians. And these were Christians who were not towing the party line of the Catholic Church, and so people feel that they hid these texts to make sure that they were not destroyed. People have been studying them for about 50 years, and if you're interested in learning more about them, I have posted the links on my Facebook page. Among the texts is a strange and beautiful poem spoken through the mouth of the divine feminine power called the Sophia, Wisdom. It's entitled The Thunder, Perfect Mind, and it's filled with a fusing of opposites. For I am knowledge and ignorance. I am shame and boldness. I am shameless and I am ashamed. I am strength and I am fear. I am war and I am peace. Give heed to me. And I discovered this from a tarot deck. It's called the Elemental Tarot. And in Tarot, there's a suit called the Triumphs, or the Major Arcana. And then it's numbered from 0 to 22. And the 0 is called the Fool, which is my favorite card because it's potential. It's what you are at the beginning of the journey. And for each of the major arcana cards, this writer assigned 2 lines from this poem, The Thunder and Perfect Mind. So the Fool, my favorite card, is I am the unlearned, and they can learn from me. The Fool, which represents the potential, represents every time you begin a journey, every time you step your foot off, and you go through and you meet all these archetypes, and you have to become these archetypes. You meet people who teach you, and you teach them. A few of them are the magician, or the trickster, representing my confidence, which sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. I am knowledge, and I'm ignorance. I am falsehood, and I am truth. And then you meet the Empress, who is the mother. I am the Holy One. I am the impure one. I am the wife, and I am the virgin. The Emperor, the father. I am the ruler of my offspring, and my power is from my offspring. I was struck by how even 2,000 years ago, people were concerned with and taken by the union of opposites that are contained in their soul. And after further reading, I realized all people everywhere and every when exist with uncertainty and contradiction, with paradox and with ambiguity within this container of their soul. It's the best of times and the worst of times. It was in Dickens' times and it is in ours. What great things, what horrible things, both outside ourselves and within ourselves. And how can we meet our internal conflicts with grace so that the external bombardment that we get every day of good and bad things keep us on our path, keep us following our thread to where it goes? How can I? Because, I don't know how you can do it. I'm going to tell you how I do it. And maybe that will resonate with you. How can I resonate the best of times, the worst of times of my own heart, of my character, my own life? Albert Einstein said there are only 2 ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle, and the other is though everything is a miracle. My balance, my peace, my equanimity, my compassion, my courage, my lifeline, my saving grace is to choose to live life as though everything was a miracle, and to embrace my journey where I am met with wonder and awe and gratitude and forgiveness. Well, to strive to live that way, I do contend with the opposite in my nature. I am petty and I'm expansive. I am rude, especially to people who beep at me if I'm going too slow. I'm working really hard to stop making a rude gesture and just making a peace sign. I'm working on it. I am hateful, I'm compassionate. You should see me when my cat threw up this morning. I'm impatient, and I am serene. My mind and my heart and my body and my soul contain thunder and perfection. So, I work to forgive myself and to forgive others so that I can move along my path to learn new things and experience new purpose and to follow my thread. I accept my inner contradictions and conflicts, and I work to put them aside when I need to act with generosity and curiosity. I wade slowly through my inner morass of indecision and depression and sloth, knowing there is solid ground ahead where I can achieve something that I can be satisfied with. So I look for the miracles. I look for little tiny miracles. Things like I don't leave my house. I don't take my medicine or drink coffee before I leave my house because I never know how my body is going to react. And so I was going to go to the grocery store, which I do like once a month, and I have to ride the little cart. And I remember just whining in my head and thinking, man, I just really wish I could have coffee. And if they just had a cup holder there, because there's a Starbucks, I could drink coffee while I was shopping, and then I would be okay, right? So I go to the Kroger, I get out, I get it, and for once there's like a whole bunch that are actually plugged in, and I get into one, and oh my God, there's a cup holder on it. And I'm like, what? So I look around. There are 8 other carts stopped, and none of them have a cup holder except the one that I chose to sit in. And I thought, what a blessing. Like, what a miracle. I get to have coffee this morning. And then I also rely on the big miracles, the miracles that we found this congregation and that we have friends who love us and that we can love and lavish attention on and have attention lavished on us and support. In addition to the miracles, I also have to like give myself slack when I just dip into all the negative stuff. 3 days ago, I was so frozen with inadequacy. I was like, oh my God, who do I think I am doing service? You know, like for 2 days, I could do nothing except think about that. And then I'm like, okay, let's shake this off. I'm loved and I love. And people give me slack when I am inadequate. So I look for miracles in my life. And I do practices. Mirroring, for one thing, you have to have mirrors. So you have to have people that you talk with, that you communicate with, that you share your true self with, so they can mirror back what's going on with you and help you see when you are going off in the wrong way, or help you see that you're okay and that you're still loved. I use affirmations, I use rituals, I use spell work, I use meditations, I use prayer, and I use song. When Reverend Jan was helping me with the surface, she said, well, make sure that we don't do the same songs 2 weeks in a row. So I was listening carefully last week, and she did How Can I Keep From Singing, which is one of my favorite songs because it's an Eastern Kentucky song. And one of the lines in there is, I believe that love rules heaven and earth. How can I keep from singing? How can I keep from singing? So I want to sing on my journey. I want to continue with my journey. I want to look for the little miracles and have gratitude and forgiveness for myself. So part of this being able to contain these opposites and allow others to be opposites, we need to love ourselves. I love the addition on the, like the outline for a service of the pastoral prayer. And I thought, this is great. A meditation, a practice, a fuel for the journey is the pastoral prayer. And I found this poem, which is a meditation, a practice, and a fuel for the journey. And it's something that we're going to do together. It's called Would You Do Me a Favor by Joe Rodell. Would you do me a favor? Can you love yourself for just 10 seconds? Can you love yourself no matter what? Can you love yourself no matter what some cruel word someone said that is now nested in your ears? Can you love yourself despite the image your crooked mirror reflects back at you? Or the stack of the yellowing bills on your counter and the fresh clump of hair resting in your shower drain? Can you love yourself even though you now have matching holes in your favorite shirt and your heart and fresh creases in your face that weren't there yesterday? Can you love yourself no matter what the scale in your bathroom says about you? Can you love yourself for 10 seconds? That's it, just 10 seconds. Don't shake your head. Take my hands and just take 10 seconds to remember how loved you are. That's it, 10 seconds. Well, actually, today we are going to take 10 breaths. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Let's take a deep breath. And I'll count for you. 1. Your name is the first word of somebody's favorite sentence. 2. You are the trembling cocoon just ready to burst into colors nobody else has ever seen before. 'You are perfect right now as you are.' Yes, you are. Yes, you are perfect right now, and your scars are what make you beautiful. 4. Your tears are shaped like seeds for a reason. They are growing your new Eden one drop at a time. 5. The holes in you have become a wind instrument that plays your redemption song. 6. You are not your past crimes, your sins, your mistakes, or your failures. 'Which is hard to believe. You are the rising fire. You are the resurrected heartbeat. You are the reborn tigress. You are the reclamation of purpose. You are the baptismal river. You are the same untouched soul that you were on your very first day, the very first day of the journey. And you get to start your journey every day. You are still who you were born to be. 7. You are a sunflower growing in the crooked sidewalk. 8. You are what angels write poetry about in the trees. 9. You are in the middle of your story, and this isn't your end. This is just the part of the story where you face the dragon, and the despair that you are feeling is limited to this page. There are so many pages to come. There are so many new words ready for you to read. Each page of your story smells like morning rain. There is so much of your story left to be told. And your final chapter will someday be called, How I Became a Wind Chime in the Storm. 10. You are eternal. You are eternal. You are eternal, and everything else is temporary. You will outlive your fears. You will outlast your anxieties. You will outrun your suffering. And when everything that is troubling you reaches its expiration, you will keep going. You were lit long ago to never be put out. Everything else is temporary. You are eternal. You are eternal. You are eternal. There. We made it 10 seconds. Well, actually, we made it for 10 breaths. 10 important breaths. Could you love yourself for that long? I know it's hard. But can we try again? This time when we count to 10, and with every breath, remember the truth of who you are and what you were created to be, and say it out loud. You're on mute. You can say it out loud. Okay? Honor your existence and fall in love with yourself all over again. My hands are shaking and my voice, you know. So let's try counting to 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You are so beautiful. Amen. And now let's sing the hymn, Filled with Loving Kindness, because I know you all are.
Our congregation is committed to creating a more compassionate world. To this end, each quarter, we split our plate collection with an organization nominated by people in the congregation and selected by our Giveaway the Plate committee. Our third quarter plate recipient is Special Needs and Treats, a Gwinnett-based nonprofit organization which, on the outside, looks like many other bakeries that provides job training and employment to special needs adults. They bake cakes, cookies, and other sweet treats, and by doing so, they develop social skills and confidence. The organization sells to the public, but it also provides baked goods to homeless shelters, food pantries, foster systems, and other support groups. They also give free birthday cakes to special needs individuals in Gwinnett County. Our plate contributions also support the shared ministry of this congregation. So I ask that you please give generously to support the work of this important ministry in our wider community, as well as the vision and mission of our congregation. As we listen to a recording of our pianist, Brian Bishop, playing Trees by Oscar Rosbach, you will see on the screen ways to contribute to our offering via PayPal, Venmo, or by mailing a check payable to UUCG at the address shown. If you are worshiping with us for the first time, your presence here today is a generous gift to this community. You may choose to let the plate pass. The offering will now be most gratefully received. May the generous gifts received this week move us towards realizing our vision of a more connected and compassionate world. Please join me in offering gratitude this morning. I am grateful for our service leader, Sherry Bailey, and to Bill Benshaw for offering a reflection today. I am also grateful to this morning's tech team. Barbara Stanke served as our Zoom manager, and Russ Taddeo managed our video and sound. Thank everybody so much. And now is the time for our call to connection. If you are new to our congregation, if you haven't done so, please sign up for our weekly e-news and monthly newsletter by sending an email to info@uucg.org. Starting Point is a program for newcomers and seasoned members to develop connections while learning more about Unitarian Universalism and our congregation. The dates have shifted a bit. This cycle of the program will meet via Zoom beginning September 19th, not today, and run for 4 sessions every other Sunday at 2 o'clock. If you want to watch past UUCG services, please check out our YouTube channel. If you're looking for a way to be of service, we have the food collection, which will be on September 4th from 2 to 4 p.m. in the parking lot. And to further engage your search for truth and meaning, people of all ages are encouraged to register for our religious exploration and faith development programs. Both programs begin on September 12th, adults and teens at 10 a.m. and elementary age youth at 12:30 p.m. Covenant groups. Another great way to develop connections and friendships is to join a covenant group. These are small groups of about 10 people who meet regularly twice a month for 4 months to explore meaning through our stories and experiences inspired by our monthly themes. Working on whiteness. If you identify as white and you are wanting to explore how whiteness affects our relationships, assumptions, and behaviors, or what all this talk about white supremacy culture, white privilege, and inherent bias is, please consider joining this program. This is one of the programs we offer periodically in our journey towards being a radically welcoming sanctuary. Please check the e-news and UUCG website and calendar for other ways to connect. There is on the screen our regular list of gatherings. There's Gust every second Monday at 7 p.m., Covenant Choir Tuesdays at 7 p.m., Women's Spirituality second Fridays at 7 p.m., Exploring Tarot with Shuri Sundays at 5, Yarns from the Heart first and third Wednesdays, and Belief Exploration second Sundays at 12:30 following the service. The pastoral care team is available 24/7. Please reach out to the pastoral care team if you're feeling frustrated, facing difficult emotions, going through a challenging transition, or struggling with some aspect of your life. They are trained to provide confidential support for emotional or spiritual challenges and to companion people through these challenges. Please rise in spirit as we say together the words we say as we extinguish our chalice, followed by singing Answering the Call of Love by Jason Shelton.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And now for the closing words. I wrote this poem almost 20 years ago, and it sang its way out of my head and onto a piece of paper. I periodically read it again and again over the years, and I realized it was a hope, a spell, a mantra, a visualization, and a prayer to bring me back to my heart and to stay on the path that I have set for myself. Ever after. I will not, cannot love you for some reason. just a momentary season, for a minute or an instant or a solitary intent. I must love you past all heartaches, past all tortured conversations, past all weary speculations, beyond fearful hesitations of the petty persecutions of electric elocution. I must love you with a mindful meditation and a willful integration of our contradicting natures. I don't need it to be easy, superficial, skimming, breezy. I need love that keeps on asking, keeps on proving, keeps on moving past the walls of my defenses, closer to the core of being. I need love that keeps on seeing, keeps on being, keeps believing, minimizing motivations, pressing on to destinations, purified by conflagrations, sanctified by pure sensations. Our service has ended, and now our service to one another and our wider communities begins. Be well, beloveds. Continue to wear your masks, get vaccinated if you haven't already, and reach out to connect with others. Reverend Jan will be back next Sunday.